Long, long ago, there lived an old wise man in a village. Because of his intelligence and wisdom, he was known as the wisest man of the village. A few years later, a young man from the village went abroad for higher studies. Through his hard work and efforts, he achieved many degrees and qualifications abroad. Finally, he came back to the village as an intelligent but arrogant man. This young man decided to challenge the elderly wise man. He was not prepared to accept him as the wisest man anymore. He felt that now he has achieved enough knowledge and wisdom to be called the wisest man of the village. One day he publicly announced that he wanted to invite the elderly man for a contest of wisdom. He said, "If I defeat the elderly man in this contest, you villagers must give me the title of the wisest man of the village. And if I cannot defeat him, you can continue to call this elderly man the wisest man." The villagers did not like this idea, but they were just waiting to see what happens in the contest. On the day of the contest, many people gathered in a field. Right in the middle, the young man and the elderly man were standing. The young man had a trick in his mind. He was holding a bird in his hands. He walked closer to the elderly man and said, "I am holding a bird in my hands. Can you tell me if it is alive or dead? If you can answer me correctly, then you are the wisest man of the village. But if you cannot answer it correctly, then you surrender your title to me. Then I become the wisest man of the village." The young man had a wicked idea. His plan was to let go of the bird if the elderly man says that it is dead, proving him that he is wrong. And he thought he will slowly squeeze the bird to death if the elderly man says it is alive, proving him wrong. In either case, he would be proved wrong, and he is going to lose his wisest man of the village title. The villagers could know the malefied intention of the young man. They knew that he is playing a trick on the elderly wise man. They were feeling sad that in the next few moments, their dear elderly wise man will lose his title. The elderly man looked calm and composed. The intelligent and wise man that he was, he knew how to deal with the game plan, malicious game plan of the young man. The elderly man smiled and said, "Young man, whether the bird is dead or alive is in your hands. Whether the bird is dead or alive is in your hands." The young man was speechless. The people gathered there erupted with joy. Their favorite wise man was the winner. What does this story remind us of? This story reminds us of the fact that in our society, respect for elders is slowly dying. With the arrogance of so-called knowledge, educational qualification, believe they know it all. Because of this arrogance, they have lost their regard and respect for elders and those superior to them. We have been talking about human traits which can take human beings to the pinnacle of success. My dear friends, one of these traits is admiration for elders. You might ask me, why is this a trait? It is just a virtue. It is good to respect others. But how can this trait or this quality take us higher in our life? The word progress in Sanskrit is unnati. Sri Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra explains this word unnati by breaking it up into two parts, ut and nati. Ut is utkrishta, superior excellence. Nati is devotion. If one wants to achieve unnati, progress, one must have devotion towards superiors, elders. If we have devotion towards our elders, the biggest obstacle in our progress can be removed. The biggest obstacle in our progress is our ego or arrogance. But if we become regardful to our elders, we will develop humility within us. We shall be able to conquer our arrogance. That's why admiration and respect for elders is an important trait that all of us should imbibe if we want to achieve progress and excellence in life. So Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra says, "Be thou regardful to elders, be humble, and do serve them with every pious move. Thus be humble in heart,